Well, hey, YouTube, welcome back, my friends, once again to Jack's Photo and Tech. I'm your host, Jack. And today, obviously, I'm showing you here the photo shoot that I did. Actually, this was shot today. You're seeing it probably a couple days after on this video. This is the one that preempted. We just talked a little bit about the equipment check and what I had to do to get all the equipment, make sure it's all working and in operational order, and to make sure that I knew, what I was doing with it at this point. But I wanted to go through these pictures with you here and, being very transparent because anybody that's watched my videos for some times knows that if I make a mistake, I'm going to show it to you because I don't want you to make the same mistake. All right. So originally, when we started shooting these photos and doing this headshot photography here, and you may say, hey, Jack, it's not a true headshot because her shirt is showing, but that's what she wanted. Okay. That's what the client wanted. So I just listen to my client and take the pictures that they want me to produce, right? So anyway, we shot these photos on that black backdrop that I showed you in that last video. If you didn't watch that, go back and check out the last video. Right prior to this one, it came out on Monday. This one's coming out on Wednesday. Okay, so but check that video out. So anyway, what happened was when I came back into the editing room and put these on Photoshop Elements and started looking at them, my wife was standing here. She said, "I don't really like the black on black," and I didn't even realize it when I was taking them. She had a black shirt on. I don't know why I didn't realize that. So I'm going to open this one up. We're going to go through some of these. So if you can see here, the black, and this was just the first test shot, right, to get the framing and everything, but the black that she has on with the black background just wasn't working for us. And not only that, another thing that I found here that I did wrong, and as again, I'm telling you, I will tell you exactly what I do wrong to help you not to make these same mistakes. That's what these videos are for. The next thing that I actually did was I didn't separate her enough from the backdrop. And you guys seen I was shooting in a 30-foot long garage. Excuse me. So I had all the room in the world to work, but I didn't separate her far enough. So the light was lighting up the backdrop. I didn't want that to happen. Okay. When it did so, look at the wrinkles in that backdrop. And my wife went a little ballistic on that. She said, that is not good. It doesn't look very professional, which she is right. And the black started to, as you can see there, the black shirt right on the black backdrop. This is a better framed picture. You can see that the black is blending in with the black, and it just didn't work. It's almost, my wife said, it's almost like she has a floating head, and you guys will probably agree with that. The lighting, though, was really nice. I used a Rembrandt lighting, so the light was traditionally up 45 degrees and tilted 45 degrees towards her face. And it was on a 45-degree axis from where she was sitting. So the Rembrandt lighting was exactly what I was looking for. You can see here where she got the nice lighting. She got the nice shadows on the other side of the face, and it just worked out pretty well for me. What I did on some of these, though, if you look here, you'll see the shadow or the lighting. And on this side, it's a little bit more lit on her hair, right? A little bit more highlights. What we were doing there was using that white reflector that I showed you in the video. The foam core board, okay, is what we used. My wife was holding it to her left that we're shooting on the right with the light. The light's coming into the right. She's holding that foam core board to the left just for a little bit of reflective lighting coming back. I did show you guys in the equipment check that I do have 3 portable strobes, right? 3 flashes, off-camera flashes. But I didn't want to use any more light than I needed. The more light you use, the more confusing of a shot, the more, the more that you got to deal with, right? So I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to use a single light and a reflector, which worked. Now, she was holding it pretty well. I had her holding it there. Here's another nice one. I had her turn a little bit and face the other way. Another thing I noticed right away was the catch light in her eyes. So the lighting worked absolutely amazing, man. I am so happy with this. And guys, I haven't shot for quite a while. I haven't done any portraits for a while now. And I was able to pull that off and get the catch lights right in her eyes where I wanted them. So it really brought out her eyes. I brought out her facial features really nicely. So here's one where I moved the light to the left side of the subject. I brought the light on this side, took it up 45 and back 45 degrees and came in. And this is with no reflector over here. Had her squared up more to the camera, her eyes looking directly into the lens, right? Not the photographer. And it worked out really nicely for me. So I really enjoyed that photo shoot. Let's go through some more of these. This one here, we were using a reflector on the other side. So we got some more light on this side. Again, the catch lighting worked really nice on her eyes. This one here, apparently it almost looks like I was lowering the power of the flash, okay? So on my flash, I set the flash up to manual mode. I didn't want to use TTL because I didn't want the camera metering it. I wanted to try to control the light as much as I could. I really like the way the light sparkles on her necklace there, the way it popped that necklace off, and that makes it look really, really nice. Her hair is really nicely lit. Now, some of you may say, hey, Jack, you probably could have pulled her away from that background and used a hair light in the back, and I probably could have. But again, you're adding complexity to the picture. I wanted these to be very simplistic, very nice, but very simplistic because of the fact I haven't shot for a long time. I didn't want to get any more complexity into my photo shoot. That's why I was running with a single light. All right, that one there, obviously the light did not pop. The flash didn't pop probably at all. Here, I was just playing around with the exposures. I turned the light up to like 1/16th power, I think, because we were shooting a lot of 164 and 1/28th power. Again, remember, I was using the light meter. We got some base light readings. Once I got my base light readings, though, I didn't use it every time I changed the lighting setup. I only used the base settings to start the camera at a base setting because I was shooting fully manual and I was shooting in camera raw. All right. So what I wanted to do here was very simply to get a base setting for the camera. And then once I have that, then I play with my eye and with how much power I need in that flash to capture the image. The focal points were dead on. I was using um, the focal point for continuous, right? Continuous autofocus is what I was using on my Sony a6000. And I was really impressed with the focal points. You can see everything is in focus. It is all sharp. There's another great picture, well lit. Again, I moved the light again. We were back on the right side of the subject. Okay, my client here. And my wife was using that reflector on the left side, and we are pulling it in tighter. Just out of frame here. Believe me, it's just away from her arm, so I can capture her without the reflector. And it gave me that nice side light that I wanted. It gave me just a little bit more lighting that I needed. All right. And that was kind of the last one. She was just kind of giggling, and I thought, I'm going to capture that shot just so she can have it. Then what we did, we came back in, we looked at those pictures, and we thought, wow, those did not look pleasing enough. And I tried changing the background color, and it just wasn't working for me in the editor. So I thought, I called her up. Luckily, she lives next door. She's a neighbor. I said, hey, why don't you come over? We're going to hang a white backdrop, and we're going to do another shoot. I said, it won't be as long because the camera's dialed in. We're good to go. But we just wanted to do a white background and see what we come up with. So these are what we came up with on the white background. So again, that's a really, really nice lit shot. Now, a lot of you are saying, Jack, look, you didn't have a backdrop light, so the backdrop is not pure white. And I agree with you 100%. I should have had a backdrop light. Was I going to call the client back for the third time for another photo shoot? I was having a blast, guys. So I was having fun. I would have done it, but I wanted to make the client happy. I sent her the pictures that we took, and she said she was very pleased with them. So we just left it go at that. And there's another one where the light was off to the right over here and the reflector is off to the left. Okay, so we're catching that side light there. Very pleasing, well lit shots. I was very impressed with them. I have one in here. That one I totally blew out. So what I did there was I took the power like to 1/8. I mean, I was shooting a lot of power And I believe I shot this one through a white umbrella, and the other ones were shot through that soft box I showed in the video. So this one, I really blew it out. And you know what I told her? I said it was so funny that I did it. I just sent it to her. When you do a photo shoot and you're a semi-professional, you're allowed to play a little bit. You know, you don't worry about every shot being perfect. Now, if this was somebody I didn't know, they would have never, this picture wouldn't have seen the light of day. I would not have sent this to them. But being this is a friend of the family, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and send this picture to her and let her see it. Okay, we're going to go through these kind of fast here because I wanted to get up to, and this one here is very natural looking, right? There is light on the right again, coming across. Okay, there's no reflector on the left, and this is just a very, very natural looking headshot, very natural looking portrait. Okay. I was going through these earlier looking for you guys to see. And this is another nice shot. Her hair is well framed. Everything's framed. Her eyes are popping. It looks really good. Could you edit this in post-edit? Sure you can. You can make all kind of changes. I wanted these to be as natural as possible right out of the camera. And these are actually camera raw, and they're right out of the camera. I didn't touch any of these. This one here, I have editing in process, and I'm going to progress. I'm going to show you that. And there's just a couple more. Okay, let's go back here. So in my editor, I opened this up in the editor. So let me find it here. Where'd it go? I don't know. I lost it. All right. Where is the editor here? Here it is. Okay. So it opens up in camera raw. You can see up here from the histogram that the color is good. It has spikes on the left and the right. That would be natural from the light on the left and the right. The color gamut in the middle is perfectly fine. You've seen here I was shooting at 125, okay, of a second, at f2.5, 35 millimeter fixed lens. Any of you guys out there that say you can't use a 35 millimeter lens, and guys, I watched a lot of headshot videos on YouTube just to get reacquainted with what I'm doing, and everybody said use the nifty 50, right? The 50 mil. I don't have a 50 mil. I bought a 35 millimeter lens just as a walking around lens. And I've used it a lot for portrait photography when I do senior pics. So I know that it works. And I was so worried it was going to be distorted, but her face is perfect. And I don't think anybody can deny that. Nobody can say, hey, that is not a perfect. It came out really, really nice. The only thing I did to this picture was actually I cropped it a little bit. I pulled down the backdrop a little bit just to kind of center her up. All right. And there's a lot you can do in here. I mean, you can, raise the exposure, lower exposure, and do all that stuff in camera raw. I showed you all that before. I'm not worried about that. So we're going to open this photo in the editor. Let me pull the editor into the recorder here. So this is just it. This is the editor. What I wanted to show you was that catch light coming. That's my little square softbox right there. You can see it right in her eyes, and it just turned out really, really nice. Let's see here. Let's see. Can't fit it back to the screen there. Jack, what's going on? What's going on? That'll fit the screen. There we go. So it turned out really nice. Excuse me. Is there a lot of editing you can do this? Sure you can. Photoshop Elements comes out with editing. I'm going to do it in another video. This video is getting too long here. But there is a lot of stuff we can use in here to enhance it because they did come out with a lot of adjust facial features, open, close eyes. But we're going to look at probably in the next Elements video. I'm hoping that to come out. Maybe I'll do the Elements videos on Wednesday. I don't really know how these are going to work out yet. And try to do some photography type videos on Monday. So I'm going to try to stick to this schedule right now. Being I'm out of school of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll try to bring out some photography videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I think that would be good for the channel. It's going to help you guys to learn a little quicker. You won't have to wait. Now, when school starts back up, I'll probably go back to one or two videos a week. We'll see how that works out. So I'm going to show you this in the next video. We're going to start playing with adjustment of the facial features and see how that works. But be careful when you use that because I've used it in the past with portrait photography, and I've actually made somebody look like too porcelain looking, like a doll. I mean, it's not pleasing to the client either because the client's like, wow, I look that bad. But I am going to show you that. So the one thing I am going to show you though, I tried to work on this photo earlier. Okay, so if I do a Control J, listen. Okay, it's telling me that it can't do it can't do the command. It can't duplicate that backdrop. What I found earlier was, so when I took these pictures in Camera Raw, there's a padlock here. Indicates layer is partially locked. So if you click on that lock, what you're going to see here is the action cannot be conformed to the file with 16-bit color depth. Do you want to convert this file to 8-bit channels? So just click on convert depth and now watch Control J. So if you hear that on your Photoshop elements and you can't edit your photo, look for that padlock upper. Once you clear that, then you have full editing privileges to do that. So, all right, but I do want to thank my client so much. I will not give you her name here, and say that she was an excellent, very photogenic person and very easy to work with. So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Jack's Photo and Tech. And I hope that you come back. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I did want to show you these pictures. I did not film the photo shoot, so you're not going to see that at all. We were more concentrating on the client, we being myself and my wife, concentrating more on the client than we were, recording a video. Plus, I wanted to get reacquainted with my equipment, so I didn't want any outside influences to take over from what I was trying to perform, right? But thank you so much for watching this episode of Jack's Photo and Tech. And hopefully I didn't get too long-winded for you. Many of you comment and say, Jack, you talk too much. How can I teach you guys if I don't talk? That's kind of it's ridiculous. So anyway, but please comment below. Let me know what you think of the photos and give me your feelings on it. Try to stay positive. I'm a very positive person. You guys that's been with me for years and years on this channel know that I'm a very positive person. I don't like negativity. It's just too draining on the body, right? But thank you for watching this episode of Jack, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Until then, remember, keep those shutters clicking, keep your editors editing, and I'll see you back here next time. Please click that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. I'll see you next time on Jack's Photo and Tech. Bye for now, everybody.